To hear about an investment that most of them don't have anything to do with and are not invested in, but they're interested in possibly figuring out a way to do it. Our two guests here both are talking about that today. Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss are joining me. Cameron here, Tyler on my far right. The important thing here is you've announced an exchange. There really isn't an exchange in the United States. It's been announced before. You've announced one, Gemini.com. Tell us about how it would work.
Sure. So we're just trying to be basically the Bitcoin, the NASDAQ of Bitcoin, Gemini.com, and be fully compliant and regulated, and be based in New York.
And there's another component to this. You have had a registration for a Bitcoin ETF for a while now with the SEC. That's a slightly different part of this whole thing. Can you tell us where that stands? That's been in registration for a while.
Yeah, we've been filed at Fifth Amendment. It's been registration, but we can't talk about it because of gun jumping. But we have filed for an SEC-approved ETF Bitcoin structure, and we also just recently announced Gemini.com, which we hope to be a NASDAQ for Bitcoin buying and selling.
So this ETF you've had for a while, we don't know when it's going to happen. There's no indication. Can you update us at all?
Only the SEC knows the answer to that question.
Only the SEC. Okay. So let's go back to the whole idea of an exchange that's out there. Another exchange was announced just today, Coinbase, which is backed by the New York Stock Exchange. They too are said they're going to be an exchange. Is there room for more than one exchange for Bitcoin in the United States?
I think absolutely. I think that these guys, anybody who's building towards the infrastructure is a great positive thing for Bitcoin. And it's such early days that there's, I think, a ton of work to be done, and it's great that people are doing it.
You guys own like 1% of all the Bitcoins, is that right?
Yeah.
I heard that. That's correct, right? Have you ever sold any Bitcoins?
We have not.
Never sold.
You've never sold a single one of your Bitcoins?
Even on the price ups and downs.
Now, we're at what? What are we today? 250, 270?
Close to 300.
300.
Really? Close to 300. Now, we were at 1160 before. Are you concerned at all about the decline in the price? I know people focus on that, but what should people be thinking who are watching Bitcoin go down?
I think, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, we're in this for the long haul, so we don't check the price minute to minute or day to day. I think that people have to either understand the long-term promise. If this is a global payment system that is the future, it should have a market cap of Visa, MasterCard, Amex, Discover, Western Union combined, which would put it at $400 billion. If it's a better gold, which we think it is, and most people do agree with that, then it should have a market cap in the trillions.
Well, do you think that this is the future, that this is an Amex, this is a MasterCard combined, a certain global payment process? Do you think it could be that big? I know you've got a horse in this, but do you think it could be that big?
Objectively, I know that the characteristics of Bitcoin, its qualities are better as a payment system than theirs.
And do you think that the blockchain is secure? Now, we know we've seen some problems, but the problems were not really with the blockchain.
Right. There's never been a problem with Bitcoin, the protocol, or the blockchain itself. All the issues that have been around companies, but look, the traditional legacy finance system has had banks collapse throughout the years. So that's just operator error or one company, but it doesn't really reflect Bitcoin or the promise of the technology.
So you're quite secure. We got to let you go. The blockchain itself is not hackable.
It has not been
hacked.
hacked.
Okay.